This child, he is the one.
There's the mark. There's no mistaking it.
What in heavens are you doing here? And after that awful storm, too. However did you survive? Oh, you're a jolly one. What's this? Oh, you poor thing. Come here. Come here. Oh, there's no need to be frightened anymore. You're safe now, little fellow.
Thanks so much. You're a lifesaver. Trust me to lose my headscarf just before the big ceremony. So it's finally here, the big day. I can't believe we're going to be climbing all the way up there. Looks like Sandy's keen to lead the way.
Okay, mic's on now. I don't know if the mic is going to be working well or not.
Come on, best not keep her waiting.
Discord right there. Okay, we're gonna turn down all the volumes. Yeah, the microphone doesn't particularly do what we want it to do. Lord Bobbery is typing.
What's up?
Sandy for best character. Yes.
Oh. So many feels.
Okay. I'm gonna claim my special rewards again. Yep. Take all my special rewards.
Okay.
What?
That's interesting.
What?
That makes sense. That whenever you start a new game, you claim the rewards, even if you may or may not have played.
We're not gonna pretend that I haven't been playing this.
No. And I have been watching. And
I'm about 55 hours into my other playthrough.
Watching.
I've been.
My schedule doesn't permit me to really play games that much, but it does permit me to be around when DJ Who is playing. So I've been watching him. Y'all.
Yeah.
Lord Bob. Ooh. I haven't cried so much with the game. Just all the emotions. It's so good.
Now that I know, I could do things differently this go around. Now I know that this is pretty much gonna be like this is not gonna be strong equipment later, like within the next 5 minutes of the game. So I don't feel bad about using it. I don't feel like I'm cheating anymore. Lord Bobbery is typing. Now that you know how it works, you can play even better. Yeah, I can, absolutely. And I'm going to play this playthrough a little bit differently. For instance, in my other playthrough, I have him using great swords. So this go around, I'm going to have him using just regular swords. Alright. Path gets pretty steep up on the tour, so be sure to watch your footing. I don't know. We don't even know if you can be heard on the mic yet. I don't even know if I can be heard on the mic yet.
Well, apparently you can. Because he responded to you, obviously, with the, well, if you played already, you know how to play better. I'm gonna just type this just in case.
The symbols on the side of the tour represent the spirit of the land, you know. The spirit has always watched over the people of Cobblestone, eh? The coming of age ceremony is one of the ways we show our gratitude for its protection.
Why are you acting like you can't do a full-blown, like, Welsh accent like pretty much every one of these characters do?
I can't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just go on, be true to life real quick.
Phoenix can be heard too. Perfect.
Thank you, Lord Bobbery.
Good. See, we both can be heard. This worked out this time. Okay. So, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and make it known now. There is a place later on where everybody talks French and intersperses French words in there. I'm just gonna give them all New York accents when I get there.
Hey. Or I can just make them sound southern like this.
Like, I do not speak French, and I'm not going to make myself...
No.
I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying. So when I get to the place where people speak French, I'm just going to be like, hey, get the pasties over here and go. Alright, Sandy, we're coming. Let me talk to old lady first. You know, I'm not sure I've ever seen the two of you apart. And to think you're all grown up already, is that wedding bells I hear? No, Grandma, that's grass. Oh, let an old woman have her fun, will you?
Yes.
Now, Loto, you look after my lovely granddaughter, you hear? Loto, that's the name of the hero from the first game. I'm sticking with it. Soccer Blue.
Soccer Blue.
I wish there was a grown-up like you. I can't wait to climb the tour.
Spoiler alert, you won't.
Yo, get out of here. Yes, he will. Come on, man. He's gonna grow.
The cat shook its head no.
The cat shook his head and literally hissed at me. Wow. You hissed at me, man.
Dunstan checks in. Ludo, seeing you and dear Gemma, all set for your big day, makes me proud as anything, both as a mayor and as a grandfather. You're not kids anymore, you know. No, you're grown up now, and that means going to the tour and offering your thanks. Now it's time that you're on your way. Head up to the top, give praise to the spirit of the land, then come down and tell us how you like the view. Oh, and if you're ever unsure about what to do next, try pressing triangle and selecting party talk. Gemma might have some useful tips for you.
Just look at you, Ludo, my little boy, all grown up.
What? That's how Amber sounds, right?
Yes.
Now be sure to look after Jim, are you here?
Yes, that is.
To think you've been inseparable since you were tiny. And here you are about to climb the tour together. Boy. Just follow Sandy. Dog's got more sense than any of us.
No, off you go, dear. I know the two of you will be just fine, and I'll make sure delicious supper waiting for you when you get back.
It'll be the last one you ever have.
Bruh.
What?
He's gonna have many suppers.
Cool, just look at that view. It's beautiful, isn't it? Whenever you find somewhere with lovely scenery like this, you should take the time to stop and bask in the wonder of nature. It always does me the power of good. You do that by pressing L3 and then hiding the UI.
Is that how you do it in real life?
Yes.
So I just need to bring the gamepad around, press L3, and hide the UI that I see.
Right, and then you'll be able to look at everything.
Awesome. Thanks. All the wedding bells on the ground.
Yeah, all that wedding bells. Is that wedding bells I hear? No, Grandma, go back to bed. You're hearing things again. Oh, dearie me, where can that boy have got to this time? Little Soupy hasn't gone up to the tour on his own. No, he wouldn't be that stupid, surely. Oh, he'll be the death of me, that one. Now, here's my question. Like, literally, everybody else in this town's wearing green. Like, green all around, except for the priest.
Well, the priest... Well...
Lord Bobbery didn't know how to hide his UI till he was 7. She's wearing green, kind of, but not really. Unless she disappears when I look at her.
Well, it makes me feel better that you're a late bloomer, too. Because apparently I didn't know the secret till now, Lord Bobbery, so thanks.
Hi, Sandy!
Hi, Sandy. Well...
Oh, we're gonna get voice acting. We have to be quiet. We have to be quiet during the voice acting.
Humble folk of cobblestone, great land spirits, hearth and home. That's how it goes, isn't it? My granddad's been teaching me the prayer ever since I was little. He reckons the spirit of the land really does live on Cobblestone Tor, you see.
Lodo and Jem are the only ones who've ever heard of fashion.
As long as I can remember, he's been preparing.
Nobody else is fashionable here.
The day it would finally be my turn to climb all the way up there and offer my thanks. I just wonder whose idea it was in the first place, sending the village's young folk on such a dangerous errand. What if I take a tumble and do myself a mischief?
That's not what's gonna do you a mischief, Gemma.
Do yourself a mischief.
Since you and me were born on the same day, I'm lucky enough to have a bodyguard along for the journey. Come on then. That craggy old thing won't climb its... Oh.
Oh! I love them.
Monsters! They're coming this way.
They're not monsters, they're slimes.
They're so cute, and they're so cute. Oh my goodness, look how fluffy. I'm sorry.
Later on, they become a lot less cute. Kill him, Crumbs.
Man, don't talk that way.
Don't give up.
I didn't use any.
Let's just focus on the here and now, man.
Because it's so early, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, Lord Bobry, if you've played Dragon Quest before, you should have no complaints at all about the music. Because this is basically Dragon Quest music at its finest. Most people are complaining because they didn't use the orchestrated versions. That's what the big deal is. People are making a big deal because not orchestrated.
I know they were only little, but I'd have been done for if you and Sandy hadn't been here to help me.
Well, Sandy's not there to help you anymore. She ran away.
And now we've got to go through that horrible dingy cave.
Right.
And let me just say that it was worth it, because...
Yeah.
I'll bet you anything that's where those awful things came from.
Really good.
Well,
Mostly.
as long as you're with me, I've got nothing to worry about.
Aw.
Come on, let's get going.
Spoiler alert, she's crying.
I can't. Yeah.
They're slimes. I think she would have been fine. A stiff breeze blows out the slimes and then they're done, you know? Humble folk of cobblestone, great land spirits, hearth and home, blessed are we since days of yore. Let it be so forevermore. And there's a menorah that's missing a candle.
It's missing the shamash. Well, no, the shamash is...
The shamash is there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, it's a menorah with 6 candles and a shamash. Hanukkah is only 6 days
in this world. Oh, look at a pot lid. Another staple of the Dragon Quest games. The pot lid.
I like that armor.
Well, if you like that armor, then you'll love Dragon Quest VIII.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's the hero of Dragon Quest VIII's uniform.
Indeed. Man, I have not fully played through a Dragon Quest, and this is the farthest that I've, I guess watched it. I feel like I've played. This is the first game that I've ever seen a full walkthrough.
No, you watched Saigen Cat do Dragon Quest 1.
No. What I was about to say, though, is this is the first game that I've been really, really interested in. Have watched a full playthrough that's not a Let's Play, like on YouTube, and am fully looking forward to and playing again, and will probably be just as emotionally involved as the first time I'm watching this.
Lord Bobry, they don't have, so far, I haven't seen any other costumes representing any of the other characters. There have been plenty of references to older games, and there was a piece of armor that didn't change in appearance. They had Carol's hat, which was awesome. That they had this. Oh. More monsters. Just sneak up and try to surprise them.
Preemptive attacks.
So basically, you can preempt things by sneaking behind them and hitting them. It basically just gives you an extra turn. Gemma really wants blood. Kill him!
Phew.
Kill him! Is she saying get him or kill him?
No, get him!
I'm hearing kill him!
Tomato.
Yeah, get and kill, same thing.
Blighters, aren't they?
Blighters.
Well done.
Thank you. Learned Frizz. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of sad going back to Dragon Quest IX now and you can't get the costumes. The slimes suddenly attack. That wasn't exactly sudden. We approached them.
Phew.
So they do have some cool stuff, like the map. You're allowed to reposition yourself. Like, if you're headed in a certain direction, you can reposition yourself while on the map, so you know where you're headed. Other than that, they do have party talk again.
Fancy a chat, do you?
Sometimes they don't really say much of anything, sometimes they tell you an awful lot. Later... Oh, nope, it's not later on, it's now. This is basically a sphere grid light. You can develop your character as you see fit by which weapon you want to use. So since I'm going to be using single-handed swords with him this time, I'm going to develop this side of the tree. Of course, they have a tutorial, tactics like usual, you know, telling them how to fight, or you can just select your stuff there. Side quests. Defeated monster list. This is where it's fun. Because right now, so you can do it by region. So in the Cobblestone Tour, there are two types of monsters. There's slimes and something else, so we haven't fought yet. And then you can zoom in and play with the character models, make them do actions, and they basically describe them in the slime. This description for the slime is perfect because they know what they're saying there. It's the mainstay in the monster world, beloved by all. They're ridiculous rascals you can't stay mad at. What is the difference between heal all and handy heal all? Okay, so
I didn't even fully know that at all.
Heal all is basically just gonna do it with any means possible. Handy heal all is going to do it basically efficiently. So heal all would use items and such first. Handy heal all will just flat out use the strongest and quickest spells possible to do it. And there's second monster. The second one we haven't seen in this building yet.
Oh, it's a needler.
We didn't know that yet.
I mean...
Like, oh, what is that?
My goodness. Wait a minute, those aren't like, old Dragon Ball monsters?
Mm-mm.
Those are new?
These are new.
Really? My bad. I didn't know.
Well, they've been in others, but...
I was about to say, though. No, they've been in others. That was my question there. Stand. They're so cute. How can you hit them? Look at them.
Because they deserve it.
They're jiggly. They're bouncy.
They are, Lord Broadbury, they really are. I take that to mean you agree.
Yes.
Alright, now we're going down here. And here's yet another mainstay in Dragon Quest time. Smash them pots. Get rid of them. Nobody wants them. The good news is, as far as the Dragon Quest VIII clothes, you could get stronger versions of this later. So just in case you want to look like him one more time, you can. A group of needles appears.
They're cute too, man. They look like little...
He just scratched his butt with his needle.
Maybe he's not cute.
Get him!
Aren't they?
Oh, a second viewer. Hello, viewer number 2.
Two.
Oh, look at all this fog. Is this normal, do you think?
Help! Help me!
What? Cole?
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Quick! You have to help him!
That's kind of terrifying.
Kind
It's
of.
not fog at all.
I'm just gonna say that. Ooh, hello, third viewer. Wow. Everything's coming up, Millhouse.
Yes.
Anyway, I mean, that would be kind of terrifying should you go outside in the mist and all of a sudden a face appears. You know, I want to start using crumbs instead of cursing it, like when I'm frustrated now.
Yeah, me too.
Crumbs!
Pretty unique.
Wow, we've missed every swing we've taken at them. Oh, hey! Demoness Lilith 13.
It is the fog monster in Lost. Oh my god. That's even more terrifying.
Lord Bobbery, I'm not sure how a sword actually does hurt them, but it somehow does. Maybe the face is solid. And now it's dead.
Phew. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Gemma. I only came up here because I thought it'd be funny to jump out and surprise you. But then those monsters appeared.
Cole, that was a stupid idea.
Just like your mother
What
said,
in the
Cole
world is
Blimey.
going on?
He is that
I
stupid.
never heard anything about monsters appearing on the tour before.
He's not poor baby yet, so...
Right now he is because he got lost and he was scared. That is what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
SP. That is what I meant.
But never mind
DJ
that
who?
now.
DJ who?
Whatever were you thinking? You could have been killed. You take Sandy and get back to the village this instant.
Yes, Gemma. Sorry, Gemma.
You saved my bacon again. I knew you were tough, but crikey, you really have grown into quite the hero. Not far to the top now.
Far to the top, she says.
How does the sword actually hurt them?
We already answered that question.
Yes, we did. What the heck, phone?
Uh-oh. Bad stuff happens when it rains.
It would have to go and start raining, wouldn't it? Come on, let's get a move on.
Yo, I'm about to start falling on stream like a little baby.
We don't know anything that happened in this game yet.
We don't at all. I just feel like crying. Do you have a problem with that?
I do.
The sky cried, and it made me sad.
It's not like I have another save file with 50 hours of game time on it. It's... I don't know what's gonna happen.
No, we really don't, though. We really don't.
Doop.
The view. I like the markings on the... Wait a minute.
What?
No, never mind. Never mind. I thought that connected to something else, but it didn't.
Oh. Alright.
Okay.
Ancient alien markings.
Ancient alien.
So, obviously for radio, this is going to take
Here we are at last.
several weeks. Because let's just put this in perspective. On my regulars file right now, I'm at hour like 53 to 55, and I'm still nowhere near the end of the game. So given that I get 2 hours to stream on radio, that's already at least 25 weeks to get to the midpoint.
Holy mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's...
just putting this out there, it's gonna be a long while for this
But
game.
isn't that amazing that a single player RPG takes that long with no
It's
DLC?
such a shame about the weather.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to that view.
Alright. Lady Lily joined the Discord as well. So that's one less, that's 2 chats. Like, one less chat I have to actually focus on now.
Well, we better
'Cause
say the
now
prayer and get
everybody's
the
in Discord
ceremony over
together.
with, eh? What was that?
That's what we call lightning, Jim.
Lightning looks like that?
Yep. Lord Bob Bree says he's predicting the village got attacked while we were away. We'll find out. We will find out. birthmark said, "Not today, Satan." Someone's eating chicken tonight.
Chicken tonight. It's chicken tonight. I did not notice the animation of
We're
this.
alive.
We're eating good tonight, Martha.
How? That
Go
great big
to the
flash
house
of lightning.
of the
It was almost
condors?
like you made
Yes,
it happen.
that wasn't the Hades condor. Hades condor is brown.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
What?
So, never mind. Okay. We're good.
What?
Nothing. Oh, nothing. That outfit looks better on him
Than his regular outfit?
than,
Look,
yes.
the mark on your hand.
Not a dead spirit, Ray. Oh.
A satellite laser might have been a little overkill for... I agree, but it got the job done.
Oh, it stopped. Well, we can worry about that later.
Or can we?
No.
We'll find out.
You saved me yet again. I don't know what I'd do without you. Now, we really had better be finishing up this ceremony.
Well, thanks, Gemma.
Tomato, tomato.
Humble folk of cobblestone, great land spirits, hearth and home, lift your voices up in prayer, sing it across all our drear. Blessed are we since days of yore, let it be so forevermore. Wow! Look!
World Wish. Y'all.
So this is what they're supposed to be seeing, technically. Is that the ocean
It goes
spreads out
on and on and on.
on and on and on, and that there is more to life than just their little village, and they should go out in the world and explore it should they so wish.
Whoever dreamed up this ceremony
rather
must have had
progressive.
this in mind. They wanted
For
to
small
show us
village.
how huge our world really is.
Yes, Gemma, thank you. Just in case you missed it before.
Well, that's it. It's all over and now we're grown-ups. Should we head down and tell Grandad and everyone?
It's just that easy.
They'll all be waiting for us at the bottom.
Alright. And you don't want to see all that, so we just go down to the bottom. Beep. Is Lord Bodbury right? Was the village attacked while they were gone? No, everybody's happy and fine.
Woohoo!
Yay! We're grown ups
Sandy,
now.
bottom.
Sandy, Sandy, Sandy. Woof, woof, woof.
Prolific.
Thanks for bringing Cole back safely, Sandy. Good girl. I knew you could do it. Hi, Cole. I'm sorry, Gemma. I thought it would be funny to jump out and surprise you. I'm an idiot. I'll never do it again, I promise. Well, the main thing is that everyone's alright. You can never be too careful with monsters around. We owe you one Lodo, and Gemma, and Sandy too. In that order. My Cole told me everything. He told me how you fought off those horrible foggy monsters. I don't know how to thank you.
You and Gemma aren't hurt either. Oh, that's such a relief. Oh yeah, just
Just secondary there.
secondary there. Well, I don't blame her too much.
That lightning was terrifying. Were you lot all right up there? I'm ever so sorry you poor things had to go through such an awful ordeal.
So you did it.
You've been
that hurts.
You've been to the top of the tour.
I'm not doing that.
Well, you'd better let the mayor know. Everyone will be desperate to hear how you got on up there. Don't keep the pain in here.
Forget about those waffles.
When the lightning struck the door, I must confess I feared for your safety, but it seems you escaped unharmed. Truly, we must give thanks to the spirit of the land who watches over us all.
You're back. Your mom said to tell you she's gone home to make your tea.
Alright.
That lightning was so scary. The sky flashed and there was this big bang. Boom!
I'll tell you, it's so good to see you all today.
We're back safe and sound, Grandad.
Indeed you are, my dear. Thank the spirits for that. When we saw
Thank
lightning
them.
striking up there, we got a little worried, I have to tell you.
What are you doing, Jeff? Lodo explained what happened on top of the tour.
Well, I never. Sounds like it's nothing short of a miracle that you made it back in one piece. Well, there's no doubt about it, the spirit of the land was watching over you. Now tell me, my dear, how was the view from the top?
Just about the same as it is from the bottom.
It was wonderful. I saw the sea stretch into the horizon and the sunlight playing on the water and... Oh, I've never seen anything like it in my life.
You're true Cobblestonians now.
See, they thought that it was a ritual mean to make them grown-ups. It just made them Cobblestonians.
Such breathtaking fashion, you know.
Confusing.
You're still young.
Rules.
And
You're
the day
still
may
young.
yet come when you decide
What?
to leave Cobblestone behind.
But
But I thought we were grown up.
No. I said you were going up, not grown up.
just say that so you have to start paying taxes and we can get more money.
Hope our little ceremony has opened your eyes to a little of what may await you out there.
Lots of water.
Now, it's high time we were heading back. I'm sure your mother is eager to hear how things went, young man. Don't keep poor Amber in suspense.
Yeah, don't keep her in suspense, please.
Nothing bad's happening yet.
Nothing bad's gonna happen
Come
at all.
on, you. Home time.
They're good. Home time. Heck yeah, man.
Come on, you.
Gonna eat.
Home time.
Gonna eat. Gonna chat. Gonna be happy.
They're gonna get married and have 5 kids
Yeah,
and
man.
raise them all in Cobblestone together forever.
As a family.
Because nothing bad's gonna happen.
Spoiler alert. Their child is the hero. Haha, the end. Right.
That's a completely different Dragon Quest.
What?
It's a completely different Dragon Quest where the child is the hero.
Okay.
Dragon Quest 5.
Huh. Do we have 5?
No.
Huh.
The tour is not safe for children. Please make sure they know not to play there.
Cold.
Cole? That's what they meant to write there.
I'm afraid my horses don't have a lot of get up and go at the minute. They're too busy enjoying this delicious grass.
the tour will toughen them up. Yeah, it will. Not this again. Oh, just look at your face. You've gone all red. Oh, to be young again.
Sweetie, we were just talking about you, damn, what's that? What were we saying? Oh, nothing. Sweetie, hey,
Yup, yup, yup.
Yep.
Look at my lovely horse. He's the loveliest horse in the whole village.
You are a lovely horse.
Pet all the things. Take that, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
What?
That you couldn't pet everything. I don't understand. You could pet the dogs. No, you couldn't pet the dogs. I'm getting those two games mixed up.
Alright. Smash them. Now, one of the funny parts is you smash a jar or a barrel in front of one of the people, they will remark on it. They will get a little flustered that you're breaking their stuff. Now they act like the view from the tour is awesome. Check out that. I think that view is much better than the view from the tour.
I like them both.
Ah!
Oh. That just made me scared.
What? Jumping off a cliff?
That's something I guess I really never paid attention to. Is there no fall damage? Well, why would there be fall damage in this game?
I was about to say, why would there be fall damage?
That was a really kind of a dumb statement there.
Is there fall damage?
Let's just retract that statement, shall we?
Is there fall damage in that layer RPG?
This is what you get when you haven't played a proper RPG on a...
You ain't a little boy no more, Lolo. You're a man. So here's some advice from one bloke to another. Whatever you're doing, enjoy it. No one knows how long they've got, so make the most of it. Best video game advice ever. Who says you can't learn anything from video games? Nightshade says he's fixed the host mode. Thank you! Hooray! We've fixed it! Now the host is hosty. And it's nice and toasty. I could head home to Cobblestone. Well, Nightshade was able to input the command and have it work. I put it in and it just looked at me like I was nuts. I'm like, alright, fine. Ooh, a mysterious red door. because how else are they going to hide treasures that you can't get into until later in the game? Woof, woof.
Sandy just answered that question.
Sandy's just like, that's how.
Yeah, that's it.
That's why. Woof, woof. I mean, come on, guys. Everybody knows that. Whoop.
This cave is so pretty.
We found a piece of pink pine in somebody's roof. And there should be one more roof I can get on, which would be over here. And there should be an item and a treasure. 50 gold coins. Man, I wish I could find 50 bucks on a roof.
It'd be nice. I mean, that should give us incentive to actually climb roofs.
Right? Sandy knows everything. If only we could understand. It's true. Sandy already knows the end of the game. She's trying to tell us what's going to happen next. She's like, woof woof. And he's like, ah, you're a cute dog, meanwhile. She's like, oh, this isn't cute at all. I'm leaving.
Oh! Here's my little soldier. Well, not so little anymore. I've heard all about your big adventure. Look at you.
Sandy does give all the spoilers, Nightshade. It's horrible. I try to warn her about spoiler alerts, and she's just not having it.
I hope he wasn't too much of a bother, Gemma dear.
Of course not. Quite the opposite, in fact. You would have been proud of him. We got attacked by a monster at the top of the tower, and I ended up hanging onto the edge of the cliff by my fingertips. I thought I was done for. But you'll never guess what happened next. That mark on his hand suddenly lit up, and a bolt of lightning hit the monster.
What did you say? That funny little mark? Lightning flying about the place? Goodness me. Here I was hoping he'd turn out nice and ordinary, but it seems his grandfather was right all along.
He's weird.
Well, I've been putting this off for long enough now. You and me need to have a little talk.
And we waited till you were 18 to have it.
Here. This belongs to you. Your grandfather asked me to give you it once you'd come of age and climb.
You weren't here for this part before.
Okay.
You weren't here when I played this part.
I was about to say.
The truth is, there's something I've been keeping a secret all these years. Something I've never told another soul in the village.
Lord Bradbury says, it seems his grandfather was right all along. Guess I've got to exile him.
That's the end of the game.
But did she not tell him?
It's... how can I put this now? Well, he said you're...
He said you're exiled from our village forever. Goodbye.
You're the reincarnation of the luminary.
La la la.
What?
What?
Oh, don't ask me what the old fool meant, dear. I haven't got the
You know,
foggiest.
I'm just noticing
All I
this
know
now.
is that your
But
grandfather
Gemma has
said you had a
massive
special
ears.
destiny,
Yeah, she
and that there was
does.
something you had to do.
like, look at Amber's ears. Now look at her ears. Those ears are huge. They're like little hands on the side of her head.
He said that when you came of age, you were to head north to the capital, up there in Heliodor, and show that necklace thingy to the king.
That's a great idea.
He seemed to think that if you did that, all would become clear. Clear as mud, I shouldn't wonder. Anyway, the long and short of it is that if you want to find out what this is all about, you'll have to leave Cobblestone and head over to Heliodor.
Crikey.
Well, I can't stop you leaving, I'm sure, but you won't be marching on an empty stomach. Come on, dinner.
Can we have lunch instead? No. The reincarnation of the luminary. Lodo tries his hardest to sleep, but he's too confused by everything he's learned and excited about his upcoming trip. Eventually, 40 years later. Having trouble sleeping, are we? It's no surprise after all the excitement today and your big news. Whenever I have trouble nodding off, I like to go for a little walk. The night air always does me a power of good. Yeah, well, I'm gonna break your barrels. Oh, you like me enough that you're not gonna say anything about me smashing your jars of barrels?
It's fine, my boy.
Just break everything we own. That's fine. I'm glad.
I did just exile you from the village after all. I'm kidding.
Oh my god, like, I didn't notice this before, but... but Amber here is brewing some beer.
Party.
What the heck, Amber? You don't need this much. You don't... You...
Maybe she sells it.
Does it look like she has a store?
Maybe she just walks around with a brew.
Sweet potatoes.
And just kind of...
Leaves of some kind. Hold on a minute. There we go.
Got some
Carrots. Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes.
Regular potatoes. Leaves.
Some leaves of some sort.
More sweet potatoes. More sweet potatoes. More sweet potatoes.
She's making some vodka.
She's making vodka.
She's making vodka.
She is definitely making vodka, like, with all these potatoes around. Yeah, it's like literally nothing but potatoes and...
Like 2 random strips of meat.
It's like she's got 2 meats, lots of potatoes. She's making vodka. Ooh. Yeah, but there's a sassy side to you that we don't know.
Like the priest.
We don't know about that priest yet. We haven't been to Honolulu.
Anywhere yet. We haven't been anywhere.
We've got to. It's going to be hard for us to pretend that we don't know stuff that's coming up.
That just gives you something to look forward to.
Yes. Just know that there's a sassy nun later on. A really sassy nun. More potatoes!
No, in this case, this is the food storage. You can clearly see there's some peppers, there's some carrots,
carrots,
green over there.
more
there's
green.
Lots of meat. So this is
lots
the storage.
And lots of meat.
This is the storage for food, and the other part was her brewery over there.
And more potatoes, and corn. And honey pots for Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, Pooh, that's not honey.
Pooh. Pooh, that's not honey. Okay, alright, what do we got going on here? I don't want to look at the firewood, please.
The firewood, cabbage.
Radishes, lots of radishes.
Those are tasty.
And pumpkins. Sacks of grain, lots of pumpkins. Oh god, oh no. I ruined it. I ruined life. Oh no, I better leave. I'm exiled now for ruining dinner. How are those potatoes hanging on those ropes? Well, You see...
What happened was...
she glues them there. Well, guess who's starving this winter? Oh, Loda, what did you do? Oh, no. Better luck next time, Kooky. Go for a night walk, she said.
It'll be fun, she said.
It'll be fun, she said. Broke all her pumpkins, and now there's a lady looking at a tree.
Oh, yeah, it's Gemma.
A curious power emanates from the root, wrapped around the tree.
I didn't see this either. There are some parts where I missed, so...
Can't sleep either, eh? You remember this tree, don't you?
Yep.
I got my scarf stuck in it all those years ago. There I was, crying like mad, and there you were, running round trying to help me get it down. Some things never change, eh? You know, I always imagined we'd spend our whole lives right here in Cobblestone.
Which is why we're going to do exactly that, Gemma. We're going to have lots of children together and be happy.
That's why I was so surprised by what your mum said today. All that stuff about you being the luminary, that reincarnation thing. I remember the story my granddad told me. Once upon a time, long, long ago, the world was terrorized by a horrible monster. But then, the luminary appeared and saved the day. When it was all over, the luminary turned into a star. And he's been watching over us from up in the heavens ever since. That's his star, right there. How can you be the luminary too? I just don't get it.
He did die.
Yeah.
Which is why he's reincarnated. Yep.
I know. That's
How can you be the luminary too? I just don't understand. Gemma, it's not that hard.
He died, Susan.
Listen, we should both be getting back. Everyone will be wondering where we've got to.
Well, you're both adults now. Now they know exactly where you got to. Everybody's talking about it. They're making jokes about you two, like, getting married and having kids. Goodbye, old friend. Goodbye, Gemma. Forever. Why did she throw glitter?
Sashayed away. Yeah, that's what it was. It was glitter.
It wasn't tears.
It was glitter.
Exhausted after his long day, Lodo finally falls into the restless slumber, right there in the road. Then morning comes.
Shoot, man.
Goodbye, Amber. Why doesn't she come with... Well, Lord Bobbery, that's impossible for reasons unknown. A little bit of level grinding will catch her. I agree. I never understood why she just couldn't go with him.
Yeah, seriously.
You won't forget him, will
That
you?
whole thing just
He was
still
a
bugs
fine,
the mess out of
upstanding
me.
man, the pride of the village. You could do worse than try to be like him. Well, however you turn out, I'm sure you'll find a way to overcome whatever lies ahead.
If she's scared of slimes, then maybe she's just not the type to go on an adventure.
Oh,
Well,
by the
if
way,
she
I popped a
really
little
wanted to
money
get
I'd
out
saved for a
and
rainy day in your pack.
adult and
Don't spend it all at
But she
once.
didn't say that though. She said that she always thought they'd both spend the rest of their lives in Cobblestone. So her life goal is not his life
Visit the village
goals.
shop before you head
That's
off to
alright.
Heliodor.
His life goal is just to get out.
Don't take too long. The whole village is turning out to wave you off.
Because you've been exiled.
What's in there? Potatoes,
carrots, green beans, and
something.
Question mark.
Yes. My vote might be roasted peppers, but that might not be good in like a cream-based potato soup. It might not even be cream-based.
And rocks.
That sounds better. Good for the digestion. Bread over there. Some good looking bread. What's in that cup?
The bottle?
Bottle, yeah.
Some of her pleasant homemade vodka. That's not soup, that's plastic. Her plastic soup.
It's just for
maybe it's one of those leaves.
Purposes. Probably.
It's probably those leaves that she likes putting everywhere.
Why am I slipping into that accent? Let me get out.
Can we take this pork belly on our adventure with us?
Yes, please.
Look at that giant slab of pork belly. I just want to take that with us. Like, this should be the adventure. Right here.
That looks really good. I think I'm still hungry.
I'm going on an adventure. But there's somebody in a purple circle over here. I must find out what they need.
Dearie me, what am I going to do? Oh, if it isn't your Lota, you came around right at the right time. I have a favor to ask, you see. The other day I was playing with my lad, you know, messing around as you do. Well, anyway, he's got this flurry feather that he loves, and well, fool that I am, I meant to let it blow away. Luckily, the wind only blew it as far as the roof of your shed. I could go get it myself, but I'm not too good with heights, I'm afraid, which is why I'm on top of this wall looking down. Anyway, I know you're a brave young fellow, so I was wondering if you'd mind clambering up there and getting it back for me. You'd be doing me a huge favor, I'm telling you.
The man wants you to retrieve his son's flurry feather from the roof of your shed.
I knew you'd help me. You always paid attention to what the priest said in church, you know. That stuff about always being kind to others. You're a fine fellow. No mistake. Well, there's no time to lose. My son's desperate to get his beloved feather back. Hurry on over to your shed. I'm sure you've climbed on your fair share of roofs. But it's fun for the climber out to, plus a circle to jump up there. Once you found that flurry feather, bring it back here, and I'll see if I can't give you a little something in return. Best of luck!
Lodo accepts the People's Friend quest.
Toodles. And wouldn't you know it, you already got it that night.
Alright, jump. I think we technically already did.
I think we really did.
Oh, thank goodness. There's more pumpkins here that we didn't ruin. Oh no. Oh, what beans did.
Aw, jeez.
Aw, jeez.
You got the feather, would you mind letting me have it?
No.
Lodo hands over the flurry feather.
Thanks, I knew you wouldn't let me down, and I can't wait to see the look on my boy's face, though, before I forget here's something in return.
Lodo receives a sleeping hibiscus.
That's not all. I've got a tip for you. I hope you'll find it useful. If you ever want to do someone a good turn, look for a purple speech bubble over their heads. Listen to what they have to say. If you can do anything to help, always pays to be kind to others. But don't feel that just because someone shared their woes with you, you have to help them right away. You can always come back when you want a little change of pace, or you're not sure what to do next. Anyway, thank again, Lodo. I really owe you one. Now just remember, whatever's waiting for you up ahead, be kind to others, and you'll do just fine.
Man, this game, though.
You returned the flurry feather to the man in Cobblestone so that his son could once again enjoy days filled with feathery fun. If you had a good time on your little errand, you can continue helping people out by speaking to anyone you meet on your adventures with a purple speech bubble above their head. What were you saying?
This game really does teach some pretty cool life nuggets in there, man.
What, just to be nice to people? A lot of games don't teach you to be nice to people anymore. Whee! I don't know, I'm still making that guy's voice. He's not here anymore. Here's some advice from one bloke to another. Keep your mind on the job. No matter how fierce the fighting gets, you just gotta stay focused. The more you get walloped, the more focused you'll get, and before you know it, you'll be all pepped up. Then you'll be really full of beans. When you're pepped up, you'll be stronger, faster, better at everything. There ain't another field like it. Go on, my son, get out there and pep yourself silly. Church time.
I feel the need to share how relaxed this cat is. What you're making.
Pay no attention to the level 40 56-hour playthrough. Pay no attention to those. That's not there. Break their barrels too. Nobody's gonna have any barrels while I can help it.
I'm gonna share just another little co-host here. Sorry, but this is how the cat reacts to games.
So this is it. I guess they'll just be leaving.
Yeah, I'm ready. Bye, Amber.
This is a cat currently watching Dragon
One
Quest.
day you're just a little boy, the next you're getting ready to leave us. I only wish your grandfather could see what a fine young man you've become. To think, it's been so many years already since old Chalky found you floating since he brought you to Cobblestone.
I already know, Dunstan, that I was found floating in a basket.
We never thought there was anything out of the ordinary about you. And now suddenly there's all this talk of luminaries of all things. You know who the luminary was, of course. A legendary hero who saved the world from a terrible darkness. We're supposed to believe that you're him reincarnated? I don't doubt old Chalky, of course, but it's a little hard to swallow, I must say.
Only when you play this game. Honestly. No, Horizon scares the mess out of her, honestly.
Yeah, Horizon freaks her out.
She can't handle the music. It really has only been Dragon Quest here recently that makes her like that. She's like that 24/7. Well, I feel like I've watched this game pretty much 24/7. But it's okay, because I want to. That sounded like a complaint for a second, but it's really not,
did.
y'all. I promise you it's not.
Oh, you are terrible. Just you to be thinking about what
Hey, lady, I didn't mean it like that.
You heard what she said.
I didn't mean it like that at all.
Wait a minute. That one grandma is not wearing green either. What's the deal here? Grandma, go home and get your green tunic on.
Yes. Now, the The fate that awaits you may well be one beyond anything we simple country folk can imagine.
Which, honestly, is quite a lot of things. I can imagine a good potato, and that's about it.
But you must allow us to offer what little assistance we can. Take this map of Erdrea with you. May it prove useful in finding your way. And may this magnificent steed, the pride of Cobblestone, lighten your burden and speed you on your way.
Real talk, I rarely use the horse.
I love mounts.
You'll find Heliodor easily
When
enough.
I play this game,
just head north out of the
gonna be
village
full
and
of
follow
mounts.
your nose.
You travel safely now. Oh, you're such a good boy, such a good boy. You make us proud out there, won't you? And come back safe.
Wait!
Wait!
Here, take this with you. I made it for you.
Oh, it's great, but what is it again? Odo receives gem and strike. It's a dice bag.
yes.
It's literally a dice bag.
It'll keep you safe. I heard there are lots of monsters where you're going. Be sure to keep it close, won't you? I don't know what's in store for you out there, but wherever you go, and
She's going to die.
whoever you
We don't
meet,
know. Maybe.
Don't forget us, will you?
I don't know.
Take care, and remember, we'll be waiting for you.
You're going to be waiting for a long, long time.
The cat felt that I was going to spoil it.
She hit you.
Done hit me on the elbow.
Need a horse? Nay, bother. And
Wow.
I'm done with the horse.
Alright.
Welcome to the world map stuff. You're gonna be hearing, it'll keep you safe 3D 100% of the time. You're gonna be hearing this song a lot. Because it is Dragon Quest, and that means there's lots and lots and lots of grinding and exploration. Oh, man. Because you explore and you find Chimera Wings, which are obsolete within the next couple levels because you basically learn how to zoom. I should really equip her dice bag. A sweet, simple good luck gift, into which Gemma poured her heart and soul.
Nice, but
I'm really confused as to why she gave me a bag. I've already got one. Where on my hip? I've got a hip bag. Now she gave me another bag. Got a bag on me hip. I didn't need another one.
I said, right, Gemma. I'll take that. Alright. Here we go. Dance and Pickles time.
I'm Pickle Rick. Oh my.
He's doing the stanky leg.
He really is, though.
Sklart.
Did he just stab himself with the spear?
Accidentally, but yes.
Oh my god.
This is where it gets violent.
When the pickles come to play.
Violence rules the day. You can't stop seeing the stanky leg now, can you?
No, I can't. Oh my god. Sorry, I didn't notice that.
Violence.
I didn't really see these guys.
Yeah, you weren't around for this leveling up section.
Yeah, like a lot of the beginning sections I wasn't
You were at work
here
for. So you didn't get to see all this. You were not privy to the stanky leg pickle. I mean, this is just me talking out loud, but I wonder what they taste like.
Right?
Like, I mean, if the monster really is just a cucumber with, like, legs.
I would venture to say very bitter, though, because it's huge. I mean, huge.
True enough. But,
very seedy.
I mean, there are those snake cucumbers, which are super long, which are really, really good.
Yeah, but he looks long and fat. But you're right, though. He probably would taste like a snake cucumber pickle worm or something.
Right?
That's some good eating right there. That bothers me. I don't know why. He's just so cute.
You don't care about the other things dying violently, just the one that seems to die accidentally.
Yeah, man. Like, he had a chance, but he couldn't handle the spear on the...
Well, you know, that's his own fault for carrying... Like, that's his own fault for carrying something he can't really handle. Alright.
Oh, read the description for little guys.
I gotta say...
Oh, it's a funny corn.
I gotta say... I must have played Dragon Quest Builders a little too much, because I get disappointed every time these things don't drop a steak. I'm like, I'm not gonna make the bunny corn steak without it. I don't know.
A cool little detail. You see the cucumber guy?
Yeah.
In the background?
He's actually there.
He's really there.
Like, once we go back and we look at the road, we'll see these... Yeah, we'll see that exact cucumber hopping and bopping around, waiting for us to come get him. Two bunny corns and a slime.
Go.
Slime ran away. Slime wanted nothing to do with this. Oh, that's sad. Bun and corned beef mustered his strength and then missed. I will try to make the leveling parts a little bit more interesting. Hold on a second.
Oh, what have we here? I know a budding adventurer when I see one. It can be risky heading into the great outdoors if you aren't familiar with the basics of survival, you know. Well, fear not, because that's where I come in. See the remains of that fire over there? Well, when you spy one of those, it means you can set up camp and rest your weary bones. To settle down for the night, just go up to the fire and examine it. You'll soon be enjoying a well... worried about being attacked by
Okay, I do have to talk a little bit about this campsite thing. So, you can do a lot at this campsite, and I really like this saving system. I mean, it's the normal pray to save thing like usual, but a lot of features, well, actually only one more feature will...
Why don't you take a closer look at all this camping kit for yourself? You'll need to get used to what campsites
Yeah, well, he's still talking about it. But, other features will be open up about this camping site a little bit later. Like, you'll get this forge where you can create weapons and armor and accessories. And it gives you time to do party chat with your comrades without really having to open up party chat. You can sleep anywhere and change day time to night time or whatever you want. And you can save. And so it really does make things a little bit more convenient. Let me see. I don't know if the shop will be here yet, but we'll see. Yep. Okay, so once we get our first companion, we'll get the ability to start forging at our campsite. We can't do it right now, because we don't have it yet. But you can make your own items and stuff, so that incentivizes, you know, the exploration and finding items, basically. So we're going to rest until nighttime. Monsters are a little bit stronger at night, and different monsters come out at night. So leveling should be a little bit nicer. Alright. So let's take a quick look at his character builder. If there's anything we can really raise right now. We need 10 for that, 12 for that, 7 for that. This is his luminary path. That's his great swords path. See, so they have swords, great swords, sword mastery, and luminary, and everybody gets a different set of item, like a different track here. So, basically, whenever you play, you can build it completely differently than your other ones, which is what I'm doing now. Like I said before, my other character, in my other save file, I have running with great swords, so this one I'm going to play with the regular sword. And there's Drackies! Now, you could find these Drackies during daytime, but they're sleeping in trees. So, if you want to fight some Drackies, always good to go out at night. Splunk. See, so the bunnicorns that were very active during the daytime, they're over here sleeping in a pile right now. The cucumbers just never sleep. just love the fact that, I mean, this is one thing that I've always loved about the Dragon Quest series, is that from game to game, the monsters and the music, you know, you'll hear a lot and see a lot of the same thing, but that's one of the things that's always actually appealed to me about the Dragon Quest series, is that every time I play it, it feels like I'm coming home again. It's just such a very familiar, and even though the story's new and everything, it still always feels like I'm coming home. After the Ultima series, Dragon Quest was the first RPG I actually experienced, and this has been, like, I've been a fan of this since as far back as I can remember. I mean, while Ultima has its place as my first RPG, Dragon Quest is the one that first captivated me. And I've been a huge fan ever since.
Meanwhile, I didn't even know Dragon Quest existed until DJ Who.
Yeah.
And then I was really conflicted about Square Enix for a while. Because, well, finally.
Okay, so we gotta talk about that real quick.
Yes.
This is all they ever tell you about Pep.
Really?
This is all you will ever find out about being pepped. If a character is attacked a lot or undergoes certain other trials and tribulations, they'll eventually enter an enervated state known as being pepped up, which will boost their martial might for a while. But nothing lasts forever. After several turns have passed, they'll lose their glow and go back to normal selves. However, any characters who are pepped up when a battle ends will still be so when the next one begins. This is all you ever find out about Pep. They don't tell you what triggers it, how much of it triggers it, when it's triggered, what you need to do to trigger it, or anything. They say if you've been attacked a lot or undergoes certain other things, you'll get Pep. What is bad about this is there are several side quests out there that require you to use Pep powers in combination with other people in order to beat specific monsters. So what they're telling you is that you have to use this power. We're not going to tell you how to trigger it. We're not going to tell you how to set it up. But we need you and one or two other people to get this power started and use this power on this one specific monster and make sure this one specific power kills this one specific monster, kills this specific monster, otherwise it won't count. I wish I knew how this worked.
No.
See, that's literally all they'll ever tell you about the power of Pep. It's something that sometimes happens every once in a while. We've already been using our skill points, champ. Pep needed to be better thought out. I agree. If I have any complaints about the game, it's that. Is the Pep system really was not explained. You know, like in other games, you know, you see little meters and you know when it's coming. And you get a good feel for basically how it works. Even in Dragon Quest IX, like, that system was more accessible. This one, unless there's a power I'm missing that will trigger Pep by itself, I am still at a loss as to how this Pep system is actually supposed to be.
I kinda had thoughts. with that, like, I kind of noticed, which, keep an eye about this later on, like, when certain characters get hurt really bad, or certain characters may fall, or certain characters may, it depends on how the characters interact towards each other, like, they'll get pepped up. Like, if one character sees another character get hurt really badly, you'll see the pep power activate.
And I mean, there's also, in some people's little chart things, their builder, character builder, there are also tabs that will say increase pep chance by like 5%. So, even then, it's all RNG, I feel. I mean, I feel like there
right, mostly.
I feel like there should be something more.
Yeah.
And you know what? Honestly, I'm pretty sure if I went on Reddit tonight, I'm sure I would find exactly how the pep system worked. But the problem is right now on Reddit, it's literally full of spoilers. So I've been avoiding the Dragon Quest Reddit for a while. At least until I beat the main game. Post-game, I'm not worried about spoilers so much, but I don't want to know how this ends.
No. Why can't Square Enix... Why did Square Enix just do what they did to Final Fantasy? And then they have Dragon Quest.
I wish I knew.
Controversial statement time. Everyone's like, oh yeah, all the games for the Switch are coming out. Yay! Where's 8? Where's 4? Where's 5? We've got 7, which, controversial statement, is overrated. 9, which, love 9.
I hate 9. But we've talked about that at length already.
We did. We have 9. We have 10. We have...
10-2.
What?
10-2.
What? I don't understand. What's that game?
Oh, that game? Yeah, that one.
That one? I never heard of that. I don't know what you're talking about. And,
I think a lot of people feel that way. Charlie's Angels. My whole thing is like, if they're willing to bring out that many Final Fantasy games on the Switch, just bring out the Dragon Quest games.
Maybe they're gonna just see how this does overall. Like, at the end of the quarter, we'll come out with, like, oh, look, new announcement.
No, if anything, the new announcement we'll hear about Dragon Quest is Builders 2.
How long have they been building that up?
Well, we have a Builders 2 release date for Japan. It's out this December in Japan. So Builders 2 is coming out in Japan this December. And typically, if this works the way every other Dragon Quest works, we'll hear about a United States release date, if not on the day it releases in Japan, about a week before. What? He landed in water.
No, it wasn't funny.
Oh. Did it make that sound again, or? So it was just that one time?
Just happy to be alive. Hey! Who's Aubrey? Nightshade? Demoness Lilith, do y'all know anything about, like, singing frogs in Japanese culture? Like, at all? Because I haven't looked it up yet. and done research on it. I don't know anything about it, but I don't know. It's just an observation. Like, seeing frogs are pretty apparent in...
Nightshade says you might need to type the question. He can barely hear it.
Alright, I shall.
Yeah, you were closer over here before.
I was? Oh. Okay. Here it is. You know what? I am going to type it in the chat. So, anybody that pops in the chat...
I know nothing about singing frogs in Japan, Lord Bobbery says.
Okay. Well, anybody that might pop in the chat, but I do know about the Looney Tunes one. Heck yeah. He's my favorite.
You know, that's true. Like, that's another one. It keeps popping up in culture. It's weird. Oh, the Hammerhead hit his head.
So, Nightshade, I'm gonna bring you into the loop here. Hold on. I am typing. What I asked previously was, I'm going to type this for chat, because I'm curious to see if anybody knows about singing frogs in Japanese culture, because I noticed that it comes up in quite a few games. Like, it comes up in Dragon Quest, it came up like in Ocarina of Time.
Link's
Awakening.
Several others, really.
Lots of others.
Like frogs keep singing in games, and I just want to know why. I think Lilith left a little while ago.
Gotcha. So there's that question. Said if anyone wants to scroll through chat or something, or pops in or pops out, whatever, anyone can answer this question, because I have been really curious about it.
You know, I'll be honest, if I were to get a Dragon Quest tattoo, I'd probably get a slime and a Draki as part of it.
You're gonna have
a full sleeve of Dragon Quest.
Sleeve. I was about to say, like, you're gonna start out with one thing, sure, but you're eventually going to have a full sleeve
of Dragon
Quest.
It's Dragon Quest, not Boat Quest.
It's Dragon Quest, not Boat Quest. Y'all will see what I'm talking about later.
To be determined later, is this game Boat Quest?
Yes. I love them so much. They're my favorite.
The fright bulbs?
Yes. They're not frightening at all. And you just killed it.
He deserved it. Yeah, he does.
Defending himself. Cute he sounds.
That sounds cute. If you were walking around outside and all of a sudden you heard that noise pop up from behind you, you'd think that was cute?
If it was in fact a fright bulb, then yes. If not, then well, I want to believe. But, you know.
Man, I wish I was a hammerhead.
Why?
Because look how teeny tiny he is, and how large his hammer is. Like, he obviously can lift a lot.
Bro, you can lift.
I don't.
It's okay.
Hi, Toady. You know, I really do want to go and try to start the next part of the story, but showtime ends in about 15 minutes.
It might be a good cutting off point, honestly.
I'm not going to cut off now. I've still got...
no, not... I mean, depending on where you get... But then again, I don't know how this manifests. Again, I popped in at random points of the story. However, it was at... just the points where I could piece together kind of what happened. Number one.
Now, if you look over there, you could see... Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I was about to just say, just finish that off in number 2. You know, DJ who kind of filled me in here and there. But look! It's the World Tree!
It's Yggdrasil. Way off in the distance.
Isn't it pretty? It really is, though.
I love it. Yggdrasil has been in so many games. Hammerhoods are really fuzzy. I agree, Lord Bobbery. They are probably the fuzziest you're gonna get in this game. Everything else is scaly and horrible.
No, the platypus looking thing you just...
They're feathery.
Oh, well. How do you know?
Yeah, now that I'm in a state where I can start killing things in one hit, I think I've leveled enough significantly for this area. I'll have to say, though, this is the first Dragon Quest I'm playing where I'm playing 2 different save files concurrently.
Why would you... Like, well... I mean, I get what you're saying, because, like, I at least... Well, I'm not gonna lie. I was about to. But I have, like, 50 million save files when I first start out a game, and I don't even know why. I guess just in case I missed something, but that's not how you really should play a game. But ideally, I would have, like, 2 save files just in case.
See, I just commit. If I botched it up, I botched it up. I commit to it.
I mean, and that's probably how you really should play.
I mean, that's a
video game in general.
It's exactly what happened in Skyrim. The first time I played, I killed Annis, and I saved.
Poor old lady.
And every single time I played Skyrim now, I make sure my first stop is Annis's house and I kill her. That's how committed I am. Annis has never survived a playthrough of mine in Skyrim. I actively hunt her down.
Those bulbs were shot.
Like, but Annis is our friend!
Yeah.
Oh my!
Yeah, man. Walking around with fur, not feathers. Well,
I think it's downy feathers.
right. You know, I was about to say, I say that it's fur.
I think they're very downy feathers. We'll have to ask Sylvando when we get him. He'll know. Oh, that there? They are made out of feathers! Sylvando is so awesome.
Sylvando is the best. He's the absolute best. He's one of my favorite characters in this game. I love him.
We already fought 50 battles.
What?
We just got the accolade for 50 battles. Hashtag 50 battles. Okay, so you've been watching me play this game, you know, for a long while now.
Yeah.
What are your opinions so far on this game compared to other Dragon Quests that you've seen?
Compared to other Dragon Quests I have seen, I didn't cry nearly as much. I mean, this is so far my favorite one that I have properly seen. I properly saw 1. I properly saw most of 2.
And 6.
And 6.
And 7.
And 7. And 9.
And 9.
And 9. 11. 11's pretty
intense.
Ooh. 11 killed me at some parts. lot of strong reactions to those other games. 11 is tops in my book so far. I will properly, play everything though. Eventually.
Well, I mean, the bunnycorn is furry too, I guess.
The bunnycorn is furry.
But not quite as furry as a hammerhood.
I would most likely play, like, the Dragon Quest games if I stream them. Just because...
I thought we were going for a jog together. What are you doing?
Right? Like, you just quit right in the middle.
We didn't even make it to the bridge.
Just make it to the bridge. The bridge is nice and breezy. Has a river there. It's kind of hard running with that hammer.
I wonder what the guide says about hammerhoods. Like, what does it have to say about them?
Well, let's find out.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to Monsters. We are missing a monster in this area. Hammerhood. They've got hammers, and they wear hoods, making this description more or less redundant.
Okay. That's Dragon Quest for you.
Monsters made when uneaten cucumbers are inhabited by evil spirits.
Get the mess out of here.
Each crafts its own spear, so no two are exactly the same length.
Yes, and that's why
that's why he's doing the stanky leg.
Yeah, and that's why I got upset when he, keeled over, because...
Horn-headed bunnies who like to build up to big attacks and then bash away like Billy-O.
Billy-O, the Ballad of Billy.
Enthusiastic amphibians who've been brought back from the beyond and are so excited about this that they can't keep their tongues in their heads. Nobody knows when they started sprouting, but it's said that the first farmer to find one of these tuberous terrors was so shocked by its scream that he never picked up a spade again. Sometimes, if a lantern is left alone for long enough, they turn into one of these. Some say they seek revenge on those who so cruelly deserted them.
Remember, kids. Vegetables or they become monsters.
It's a good lesson.
It is. They did that on purpose.
I'm gonna teach my nieces about that. Don't be fooled by their funny faces. These menaces of the meadows make no bones about beating all and sundry black and blue. Easily recognized by the bundles of abundant fluff spilling from their masks, these furry fellows will make pincushions of pretty much anything they can poke their enormous needles into. This is the only one that mentioned that they were furry.
True enough.
So the Needler, apparently, is the furriest. But I'm curious as to what monster we're missing from this area.
I have no idea.
I don't think I've missed anything in this area. There's a lampling. There's the cute cruel cumber. There's another one. We fought the platypus. Well, if you don't eat your vegetables, they'll turn into monsters. Maybe the missing monster is Dale. Maybe. We'll have to go back to the campsite and rest.
Yeah.
Maybe something will pop up during the day.
Very good point.
That we're not seeing right now. Oh, these little guys. Just as a heads up, these guys are gonna appear literally everywhere. And in my file where I'm 56 hours in, I still don't know what these things are.
Yes.
I still have no idea what these noodly armed little penguins are or what they do. All I know is they disappear, you can see their little footsteps as they go. Literally everywhere. But you never really find out what they are. At least not 56 hours into the game you don't. What in the heck was that?
The missing monster?
I mean, well, there's nothing here.
Yeah, I don't.
Something went.
I'm the only one that heard that, right?
Yeah, I think we all heard it.
Oh, okay. That's a brand new noise.
It wasn't the cat, right?
No, the cat's good.
Okay. Alright.
Cat's...
Look, there's 2 more of them. Well, now there's 1 because the other one disappeared. There, look, 2 more. And the other one disappeared now. You're taking turns disappearing. I really sincerely hope, at least at some point in the story, we find out what those are.
Yeah, because... they're just...
It's surreal. Alright, we're gonna settle in for the night. We're gonna rest until it's daytime. Maybe we'll find something. Actually, it's time for the stream to end.
Yes.
I just noticed that we are out of time. So, hope you enjoyed Dragon Quest, because this is gonna be the next long while.
It's good, though. It really is.
It's good. The story picks up really, really quickly. Nightshade needs to I'll play until you're ready. That's fine. We'll continue our adventure until until you're ready.
Okay, so in that case, maybe
we'll find the missing monster. Now I'm confused. Now I gotta go back to my file and find out if I fought this missing monster or not. Bunny corns. Pickles. Trash pickles.
I'm the garbage man.
I'm the garbage man. I eat garbage.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The trash man.
I hate trash.
Trash.
You fought a million of these frogs.
Yes.
You think those are adorable?
Yes.
With their big, bulgy eyes and horribleness? It's gross.
It's cute.
Okay, hammerhood. Okay, that's a hammerhood. More frogs. Hammerhood. No, we fought those, right? Yeah.
Yeah. The stumps.
Those aren't in this area, are they? You might be right, but I don't think it's the stumps.
I could have... it keeps going back and forth. My brain's trying to put something together.
Alright. Maybe it's up in this last area or something. Woo-woo! No, because now we're at the city gate. Oh, the city gate. Welcome to Heliodor. This is the largest city in all of Erdrea, you know. You should head downtown for a look at the livelier side of life here, if you get the chance. Now, one thing that, especially for our purposes here on Radio PSI, that you're really gonna come to appreciate is when you start up the game every time, it tells you where you are in the story and where you should be heading.
It's amazing. I think all RPGs should do that.
very busy.
If I stand up here, I can see folks walking down below. Sometimes they see me and smile, and we have a little bit of a moment.
Aww, Android 18. She's in disguise.
You're not wearing green. You're not wearing green at all.
The guard's wearing green, don't worry, it's fine.
Wee woohoo! Hee hee, you're fun. Wait, kid, don't run in the street. You're gonna fall and hurt yourself. Oh, she got away. Alright, where's the church in this town? Because we should really get saving. Just in case. Okay.
The church is really pretty.
I've got nothing to do.
Hear my prayer. Take this kid away from me. What are you doing with your hands, kid? And he's wearing Goku wristbands.
Yep.
Are you trying to do the Kamehameha?
Not gonna lie, kinda looks like it in some instances.
Hey, lady. I pray my prayers are heard on high. Oh, Nightshade's ready. Okay, then we will save. And that's it. I hope you all enjoyed this particular run. Expect many, many more parts and much, much more story on the nights to follow. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Oh, that's not the right button. That.